Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Johnny Vlogs It here, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about my top 6 favorite mazes of Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood of all time. This is my favorite time of the season because, you know, that's my favorite holiday, Halloween. And let me just tell you, this video is based on my opinion. I love all the mazes, but these were my top 6 of all time. And also, just to let you know, at the end of this video I am going to do an Instagram shout out, so make sure you check it out right at the end of the video. And if you want to be part of my next shout out, make sure you add me on Instagram and DM me, link in the description below, and comment on your favorite mazes at the end of this video in the comment section. And let's get this video started. Alright, for number 6 I chose Michael Myers Comes Home. It was a maze back in 2015. The facade was an amazing replica of the Michael Myers home, and one of the windows on the facade you could see Michael Myers killing his older sister, while Dr. Loomis is talking about his case. In one of the room, it legit smelled so bad for the reason of the dead dog scene inside the maze. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a scene where there was like a shrine room and Michael Myers pops out, and then on the floor there was a dead dog and it says sister, and there's candles everywhere. I'm gonna put a picture of it, and it smelled so bad, guys, that every time I would go through I had to hold my nose into it. Another scary thing was the bush elements. Like in the movie, you know how he's standing behind the bush, and well, in this they put it in this maze, and it was really scary because you didn't know if he was gonna pop out on top, on the sides. It was really scary, guys. What really set the mood for this maze was the breathing noises throughout the whole maze. It felt like you were Michael Myers and throughout the whole maze. Another best scene in that maze I really loved was the Hall Michaels. I don't know if you remember, there was a bunch of mirrors and there was a bunch of Michaels. You didn't know which one was real, which one was fake. Another one was Dr. Loomis trying to keep him away from killing us. It felt like he was actually coming to attack us, which was really cool, and I really loved this maze, and that's why it's number 6. Alright, for number 5, I chose American Werewolf in London. It was a maze back in 2014. The facade was the Slaughterhouse Tavern, which was really detailed, and I loved this movie. It's one of my top horror movies of werewolves. When you actually walk in, you actually walk into a bar, and there's a creepy guy there that scares the crap out of you once you enter. The werewolf looks so real and lifelike. All the werewolves throughout the maze look so real. Like, the actors that controlled the animatronics were really good at their job. Like, I mean, they got me so many times. One of the coolest scenes was the alien dream scene. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the movie there's a scene where the aliens come and kill their family, kills the guy. But in this one it felt super funny. It was really cool and really creepy as the aliens are shooting at you throughout the whole throughout that scene. There was also a transformation scene. So there's 3 rooms, and each one was a different stage of the transformation into the werewolf, which I really loved. The subway scene, that one got me twice because of the pop train that pops out at you when you're walking through it. And the movie theater, which was really cool because you see 2 iconic characters from the movie. The attention to detail throughout this maze was really amazing, and I think it was true to this movie, and that's why it's number 5 on my list. Alright, for number 4 I chose La Llorona. It was a maze back in 2012. The facade was an old looking church that had vines going onto it, and it was really creepy. It was like an old Mexican church, and going through the maze you do enter the this altar scene where there's people praying, and you don't know which one was real, which one was fake, and they scared the crap out of me so many times. And then throughout the maze, it really stayed true to the Hispanic Mexican culture of the folklore, and the attention to detail throughout this whole maze was really, really cool. And two of the best animatronics they had were really scary, which was one big one that was over this house and it was eating a child, and then another one was one that pops out at you, and that one was scary. I like how they dressed all the actresses to play the Llorona to the traditional wedding gown, Mexican wedding gown, which was really cool. I really love this maze, and this was why it's number 4 on my list. Alright, for number 3, I chose American Horror Story, based on seasons 1, season 4, season 5. It was a maze back in 2016, and the facade looked like you were going into a movie theater. You can see clips from each seasons, good scenes, bad scenes, and these were separated by sections. So Murder House was the first one. You encountered Tate when you were going through the hallways. And then when you go to the basement scene, you can see during the Black Dahlia murder scene, you can see another character of Tate. And and you also encountered the Burning Man. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's the one who burned his family in the house fire. And you actually go through his daughter's room that really smelled like burning flesh and burning like smoke. And as you pass through the beds, turning to make that turn, you could the two daughters pop out at you and scare you at the same time, which was really, 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 really scary. Then you could see the creature that really freaked out Violet and the mean girl. I don't know if you remember the mean girl that wanted to fight Violet in the season. That they wanted drugs. That Violet took her to the basement, and you could this creature attacked them. He also made an appearance there. And then towards the end of that section, you can see one of the characters that was deleted in the season, which was Constance's other son, that was a drag character, which was really, really creepy. And the way he looked at you every time he pops out, that was scary. In the Freak Show section, though, when you enter, you can see 2 murder scenes of Twisty the Clown. I don't know you remember the iconic clown character from Freak Show, which was he was really freaky because of the mask. When you enter, also you see the iconic sign from Freak Show, like from the beginning of the season. Like when they walked up to the tent. The tent, by the way, the facade of the tent was really, really cool. And seeing all the iconic characters from Freak Show, because they did have characters that looked like the ones from the season, that was really cool. And then you also see Dandy's character in his famous clown costume, which was really funny to look at. And then you also have Neil Patrick Harris' character that killed Emma Roberts' character in the seasons, which he was creepy too, because he would stare at you with a weird face. And that's what I'll have for a Freak Show section. In the hotel section, you encounter the Countess and James Patrick March in the beginning, which those are 2 main iconic characters from the season. Then when you pass them, you go through this bed scene, which you see a guy coming out of the bed, which was really creepy, guys, because the way he moved, exactly like the one from the movie, was really, from the show, was really scary. Then towards the end, you encounter the Countess baby, and let me just tell you, the baby looked exactly like the one from the season. And overall, this maze was really good and nicely detailed, and it was the longest maze of that year, and is still to this day known as one of the best mazes of that year. And I hope they do bring it back, but for different seasons. They did it for Roanoke, but it wasn't as good as this one. Alright, for number 2, I chose Titans of Terror. It was a maze composed of 3 iconic movies, Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface. And it was a maze back in 2017. The facade looked like a regular house decorated for Halloween. As you enter, you see a bedroom, and it was full of memorabilia of each horror icon. In the Freddy section, you enter the ballroom like in the Nightmares. You see a lot of his killings in that section. And then 2 iconic scenes during that maze was the baby carriage, which was You see Freddy inside a baby carriage, you know he was real fake. And he's just sitting there looking at you, and then all of a sudden he pops out and jumps out of the carriage to scare you. And then there's another one which was really scary, which was the worm, the Freddy worm, that was creepy. It was super scary, guys. And in the moving on to Jason, you go to Camp Crystal Lake, and you can hear the mother's voice throughout the season. You're a good boy, Jason. Do what you have to do. And it was really scary, guys. That one really got me like so many times. You do go through the each cabin, and you see all his iconic murders, and his scares was really scary, guys. Like, he's really scary. And then for the final section was Leatherface, and that's when you encounter his family. You encounter his grandpa and his cousin killing a lady in one scene, and then you do go through this room. It really smelled really bad. It was like a chicken room. Like, it was really weird, but it was scary because the characters, you didn't know which one's real, which one was fake. And they did put a lot of scenes where he's ripping people's face off, or he cutting people in half, and then at the end of this maze, this is where it was really scary because they all attack you at the same time. You have Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface attacking you from each side. And this was the longest maze of that year, I believe. And this was one of the coolest mazes I've ever been through because they had 3 of my favorite movie icons, horror movie icons. For number 1, guys, and this was the best maze overall, which was last year's Universal Monster Maze. This one I was skeptical about in the beginning because I was like, oh, he did this last time and it wasn't that really good. But this time was really cool, guys. Like, I went through it last year and it was really, really cool. The facade of the maze was an entrance to a mansion or a cemetery. It looked like a cemetery or a mansion. And on the fence of the mansion, there was neon faces of each horror movie icon. Old movie icons like Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, The Invisible Man, and The Phantom of the Opera. What I liked about this maze was the attention to detail from each classic horror movie, and the props made it feel like you were actually going to each movie, because each one you started off going through curtains, movie curtains. The monster looks more scary than the original monsters, so if you go through this maze, the monsters kind of look different because they made it more scary looking than the ones from the movie. And then the maze did feel like 3D because of the neon paint and then the different elements they used. And it was really cool, guys. It was really cool to go through this maze, and it was nicely well done. It was really long as well. And my sister had her eyes closed throughout the whole maze, and it was funny to see people's reactions in front of us because I literally thought it wasn't going to be that scary, but it got me so many times. And alright, guys, I have a special announcement. I have a new little doggy. His name is Cooper. He's a baby. He's he's so cute, huh? He's shy. Okay. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was really fun to make. This is based on my opinion. There's a lot of worthy contenders for this list, but this ones were my personal favorites of overall. And if you want me to do another video like this talking about Horror Nights, because I really love Horror Nights, guys, and just make sure you comment below what you want me to talk about. And also, if you want an Instagram shout out, make sure you comment below your Instagram user and I will shout you out in my next video. And hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make, and I see you for my next video. Bye, guys.